Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big Fun Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 40 of winning a national championship with every team in the game. If you guys are new episode means new team. That means wheel spin. Let's see who we get here on this wheel spin to see who we win another national championship with. And we are going to be going ECU. ECU. If you guys haven't seen all the episodes, up in the top right-hand corner will be the entire playlist from start to finish. From episode 1 all the way to episode 40. Episode 50, we'll probably have a two-team episode again. So 49, then 50 and 51, technically. We'll have another two-team episode so that can happen as like a special, 50 episodes in. We've done one for the national championship. Now we'll have two for episode 50 and 51. But here, we're going to have East Carolina here in the American, 78 overall, 77 offense, 80 overall defense. And, yeah, head coach, we are a program builder. That's very, very nice. I went 2-10 in 2023. So not the best at all, but you never know what can happen in these dynasties. Let's take a look at the coaches' abilities. We do a program. We also have talent developer, so mostly more interested in transferring, but nothing in recruiting. Motivator, we have mostly on the defense. We do need one more for our D-backs. That'll probably be the first one we go after. And then scheme guru. And then our program builder, we do have, oh, nice. It is relationship builder for pipelines. That's actually very, very nice. We'll probably do this one next as well once we get our motivating tree out of the way. Our offensive coordinator does have a lot of stuff in recruiting. Nothing for increasing the hours, but takes less time to scout, and they gain additional interest besides running backs. He did have school grades have larger impact, so it's kind of weird, but anywho. And he does have stuff in motivator with nothing for the offseason training boost. That is unfortunate. Defensive coordinator does have master motivator, mostly for the defense, and he doesn't have anything else, just motivating. So probably looking for another defensive coordinator. I know I like the motivating here, but we could probably find something else better next season. So now let's check out the team. And see how we are and what we need. So we do have a lot of seniors. For our top 4 guys are all seniors. Ravel, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Ravel. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm terrible with names, as you guys can tell. 88 overall, 90 speed corner. We have an 81 left end, 80 overall defensive tackle, and an 80 overall halfback leaving us. Our quarterback is a 79, so he will be with us for at least another year, and then we'll have Hauser for a year after that, and then Jeter. James Moore is a 12 overall. Okay. I don't know if that's supposed to be correct. Maybe he's like a kicker punter. He has to be. He's one of them. It's kind of, I've never seen that before. I thought that was James Bond for a second, but Bond, 79 overall, 92 speed. We also have Engelman as 92 speed, so a couple good young running backs for the future. Wide receivers, our best one's a 79. He'll be with us for a couple years, but then we're losing 3 more. We have a couple decent ones as well. Could use some speed. Tight ends, could use some speed there. Offensive line, looking pretty decent. We do need some right tackles. Left ends, of course, pretty good. Right ends, decent. Defensive tackle, we need a lot of them. We're losing 3 of them. Need linebackers. We need corners. We need safety help. And we don't really need, to be honest, we'll probably go punter because he's a 55 overall. So I'm going to go ahead, simulate Season 1. And I'll see everyone at the end of Season 1 here with East Carolina. And in Season 1 here with ECU, we go 5-7 on the season. Not a great season, but, we did beat FCS to start the year, then lost back-to-back to Old Dominion and App State. Beat Liberty, 31-17. They went 9-3 on the season. Then we lost 4 in a row. UTSA, Charlotte, Army, and Temple. But then the last 4 weeks of the season, I mean, beating FAU, beating Tulsa, barely losing to North Texas, who ended up going 10-2 and ranked, only by 21-20, and then beating Navy 24-8 in the final week of the season. So 5-7, but 3-5 in the conference. Not great, but hey, we'll it's close to 500. Very, very close. We won't have a bowl game or anything like that, unfortunately. But still, season 1 is done here. Will Howard wins the Heisman, almost 3,100 yards, 30 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with the quarterback from Ohio State, and we'll be going ahead and simulating to the end of season recap because we don't have a bowl game at all or anything like that. So we'll just see what happens here with everything and who wins in year number 1. Usually it's Oregon or Ohio State. Sometimes we see like Georgia or someone win it. Pro potential does go up to a C+. Coach stability goes down. Brand exposure is staying the same. So we're going to have some people that want to transfer out. But hopefully that we can do it. And it is Oregon winning over Alabama 34-27. Going undefeated as well with Boston College, Memphis, Oregon, Kansas State, and Alabama making it as the automatic qualifiers, with Ohio State, Rutgers, Texas A&M, North Carolina, Missouri, Texas Tech, and Texas making it as the at-large bid. So we had a former Big 12 matchup in the first round. Missouri making it and losing to North Carolina, of all teams, and then they beating Kansas State. They could have had another Big 12 matchup. Then we had a, But yeah, so that's going to end season 1 here with ECU. It's on to season 2. And here we are in season 2 with ECU, where we go 8-4 on the season. A lot better than last year. Started out 3-0, beating NC State, Houston, and Coastal Carolina before losing our first game to eventual 3-9 BYU. Then we had back-to-back bye weeks. We beat Tulsa, lost to UTSA, beat North Texas, lost to Temple and Navy, and then won our last 3 games against Charlotte, FAU, and Army to finish out the season. So we do not make the conference championship, unfortunately, but it is an 8-win season. So we'll gladly take it. Compared to the last couple seasons, we get a couple 3-star corners, which is very, very nice. And we are a 2.5-star prestige as an 81 overall. And Cade Klubnik, who I'm pretty sure has won a bunch of national title or a bunch of Heisman trophies here in season 2 on most of my simulations. Pretty much 3,900 yards, 33 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for the Clemson quarterback. We'll be playing Texas State in the Frisco Bowl in our first bowl game. We're going to go ahead, simulate to the end of season recap, go over the college football playoff bracket, see who made it, and see who wins it here in year number 2. Oregon won in year 1. Can they go back-to-back? We've seen a couple back-to-backs. Not too many, though. But we shall see. We won. We're 9-4. I was thinking, wait, were we like 8 and whatever? But yeah, we did win. We go 9-4 on the season. Pro potential, coach stability, and coach prestige all go way up, which is going to be very nice for recruiting as well. And Kansas State wins it over Georgia 24-16, with Boise State, Kansas State, Penn State, Miami, and Georgia made it as the automatic qualifiers, with Texas, USC, Ohio State, Oregon, UCF, Texas Tech, and Oklahoma made it as the at-large bid. Another Big 12 matchup, a Big 10 matchup, which is kind of insane, but all in all, that's going to end Season 2. It's on to Season 3 here with ECU. And here we are in Season 3 with ECU, where we go 10-2. Kind of surprising season here with ECU. We lost our first game against West Virginia 34-16, but they went on a good run, beating App State, beating Ole Miss. Granted, they went 5-7. Old Dominion, UTSA, Tulane, and Rice, before losing to Charlotte, who is 8-4 by 6. They're also ranked with Tulsa, North Texas, Memphis, and an Army win. We face Charlotte again here in the conference championship, where we have a chance to make the college football playoff with a win. So let's see if we can get it here in year number 3 with ECU. Granted, I don't think we'd go very far with us being an 85 overall, but we shall find out. We did lose, so we're 10-3. We dropped down to 14, so it doesn't even matter, to be honest with you. So we're advancing the week, seeing, I guess, which bowl game we do make. We get a 3-star right guard, which is nice. 85 overall, 3-star school. It's not terrible. Avery Johnson wins the Heisman, 3,500 yards, 46 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. And we get Old Dominion in the First Responder Bowl as ranked 14th. So, unfortunately, not a college football playoff appearance here. So, we're just going to go ahead, send to the end-of-season recap. If we go 11-3, I mean, we'll gladly take it. I just wanted to go to the college football playoff for the first time in simulation here with ECU in year number 3, but unfortunately, that does not happen. Just one game short, I think. We do go 11-3, so coach prestige goes up. Athletic facilities finally goes up to a D+, thank goodness. And USC wins it all over Florida 31-28 with Jacksonville State, Charlotte, USC, Kansas State, and Florida making it as the automatic qualifier. So if we won, we would have had a first-round bye. And we probably would have played Jacksonville State, who ended up beating Georgia. But Georgia, Washington, Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, Arizona, and Michigan made it as the at-large bids. So congrats to USC. That's like one of the first times I think they've won it in my simulation so far. Not many times have they won it, but that's ending of Season 3. It's on to Season 4 here with ECU. And here we are in Season 4 with ECU, where we went 11-1. We're facing Tulane in the American Conference Championship here in year number 4. 11-1 season, a very good season. Beating FCS, beating Wake Forest, even beating USC, and then we lost by 1 to Georgia State just randomly. Then we went on the rest of the way. Army, Temple, North Texas, Charlotte, Memphis, FAU, USF, and UAB. Only 12 points against UAB, but still it's a win. We did not play Tulane this year. So we're facing them in the conference championship for the first time this season. Let's see how we do against them. If we win, we get a bye. If not, I think we still make it. But we'll never know. We did win, so we're 12-1. And that means we are officially going to get a bye in the college football playoff for our first run here in the college football playoff as well. I believe we're like an 89 overall team at the moment. Daniel Clark, 5 catches, 38 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Not many yards, but 2 touchdowns is very, very nice. So we'll advance the week. We'll go over the bracket in the first round here just so we know who we have a chance to play. We do level up to level 37. We are an 88 overall team. 87 offense, 89 defense. So I was a little wrong there. I thought we were an 89 overall. But Aiden Childs wins it for USC, 3,800 yards, 42 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, wins the Heisman Trophy. And, of course, let's check the college football playoff bracket. We are the 3 seed with Colorado, Alabama, Oregon, East Carolina, and SMU making it as the automatic qualifiers, with Tennessee, Texas, Washington State, Georgia Tech, USC, Pittsburgh, and Arizona making it as the at-large bids. So our second round matchup, technically in the quarterfinals, will be either against Georgia Tech and USC. So USC does have Aiden Childs, so I would much rather not play them. In all honesty, so there's that. But we'll see who we have to play here this week, and we are playing Georgia Tech in the Peach Bowl, so we don't have to face Aiden Childs. But let's go ahead and get this started here against Georgia Tech. They're 10-3. We're 12-1. They're going to be a tough team either way. They are an 84. We're an 88, so we do have a 4 overall advantage here on Georgia Tech in this game. So hopefully that we can take advantage of that and win and move on to the semifinals and go from there here in our first ever run in the college football playoff with ECU. Looks like we're starting with the ball first, and our first drive ends in nothing. Theirs ends in a punt, and they get a field goal to go up 3-0 after the end of the first quarter. We get a touchdown, though. So does Georgia Tech. Now Georgia Tech back-to-back touchdowns. It's 17-7 going into the second half. Not a great way to end the first half for us. And now we allow another touchdown. It's 24-14 But we have the ball to start the fourth quarter. And we kick a field goal to go down only by 7. Defense needs to get a stop. So far, they haven't gotten it. And they get a touchdown. It's a 2-score game. Now it's a 1-score game. And the defense gets a stop. But we don't even get anywhere close. Georgia Tech is going to destroy us in the second round in the quarterfinals. 38-23, an overall advantage as well for us. We couldn't stop them at all in that game. 38-23 loss. I was kind of afraid to face USC again. Maybe I should have wanted them instead. But all in all, our first ever run ends after a bye, which is not what you want to see. So hopefully next year will be a lot better in year number 5 with ECU. But we'll still check out the winner of this national championship. Maybe it is Georgia Tech. Maybe they go all the way. We're now up to a 3.5-star prestige. Pro potential. Coach stability for some reason goes down, but coach prestige goes up. And athletic facility is now a C-. So we'll gladly take it. And Oregon went on to beat Pitt 29-8 in that game with Georgia Tech and Pittsburgh. Wow, SMU and East Carolina both lost by double digits in their games. Whereas like Colorado got stomped by Bama. That's not surprising. And Texas lost by 3, then Oregon won by 6 over Alabama, then won by 21 against Pitt. So, all in all, that's going to end Season 4. It's on to Season 5 with East Carolina. So here we are in Season 5 with ECU, where we go 11-1, 8-0 in the conference. We are going to be playing Army in the American Football Conference Championship here. Pretty decent season. NC State, Coastal Carolina, and TCU wins, and then we unfortunately lost to Wake Forest, ending the run for an undefeated season, especially with the 90 overall. We beat UTSA. We already beat Army once this season. Temple, Charlotte, Navy, FAU, Tulsa, and North Texas, even though we only scored 12 points against North Texas, but a win is a win. So let's see what we can do after this simulation here. A win, and I believe we get a bye. I could be wrong. I didn't check the top 25. We got a couple 3-star commits, which is very, very nice. And we did win. We're 12-1, up to a B- programmed edition as well, which is going to be fantastic. But I believe that's back-to-back American champions here with ECU. And yeah, Theo Flynn, a freshman wide receiver, 8 catches, 216 yards, and a touchdown. That's insane. That is literally insane for a freshman in the conference championship game, but, I mean, we'll take it. We'll gladly take it. We do get a level up as well, so that's going to be nice. Walker White, quarterback out of Auburn, wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,300 yards, 42 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the season. Congrats to the Heisman winner, and we do get a bye here in this college football playoff. We'll have the 4. So UCF, ECU, Virginia, Kentucky, and USC made it as the automatic qualifiers, with Washington, Oklahoma, Miami, Florida, Oregon, Ohio State, and Georgia made it as the at-large bid. So Washington or Oklahoma. I'm not going to say which one I would want because last time I did that, we got the team that we wanted and it proceeded to get blown out. So we'll see who we play here, and we'll be playing Washington. So battle of purple teams here in the quarterfinals. So let's get it started here against Washington. They're 11-3. We are 12-1 so far on the season. We are at 89. They're at 85. So a 4 overall difference in this game. So it's not too shabby. But all in all, we'll kind of see how we can do here. Hopefully that we can get this win. It looks like we're going to start with the ball. And our first drive ends in a field goal. Their first drive ends in a touchdown. So it's 7-3 at the end of the first quarter here for Washington over ECU. Still 7-3. Now 10-7. Now 17-7. A little 2 touchdowns there. Now Washington starts with it. Doesn't do anything. It's 20-7. So a lot. Hopefully more points. But unfortunately no. And now we get a pick. And 3rd and goal, we have to kick a field goal. We had a chance to get another touchdown to pretty much put this game away. Washington gets a touchdown, goes for 2, doesn't get it. Now we get a first and goal. We get a touchdown to go up 30-13 here over Washington, and it looks like ECU is going to be moving on to the semifinals after a 30-13 win over Washington. And in our second run in the college football playoff, we're going to the semifinals to play the winner of Virginia and another team that we'll have to see who it is here. I know Virginia's the one coming into this. It was Virginia or Miami. So it's one of those two teams, either Virginia or Miami, Florida, coming in here for the semifinals. And that answer is going to be, after we get all the Player of the Week awards, it's going to be Virginia, the 1 seed in the Fiesta Bowl, 1 versus 4 technically. So let's see how we do against Virginia. 13-1 against 13-1. Virginia is a 85 and we're an 89. So again, overall advantage by 4. I mean, it's overall advantage is technically here. So obviously, we need to do pretty good here in this game. Looks like we're going to start on defense first. It's going quarter by quarter. We get a pick to start the game, and it's a 9-7, 14-9. So we got the pick, which was then a touchdown. Then we got a safety, or they got a safety and a touchdown. It's now 21-9. Now 28-9 at the half. So honestly, a really solid first half from ECU. Virginia does score. It's now 28-16, so it's still a 2-score game. Now it's a 1-score game. It's actually a 5-point game. 4th and 4, they don't get it. It's a couple big plays. It's 1st and goal, and we get a touchdown to make this now a even bigger lead. We get a fumble. It's another one. Virginia had a chance, and all of a sudden, we run up the score late. It's 42-23 win over Virginia, and ECU is moving on to the national title. 14 points in every quarter besides the third. That's the reason why we won. They almost came back. It was a 5-point game in the fourth quarter, and then we scored 2 touchdowns. So honestly, we might even see level 41 be here, but Fiesta Bowl winner will be moving on to play the winner of Florida or USC. So it'll be a tough matchup either or, especially with a Big Ten. Still really weird to say USC is part of the Big Ten, and an SEC team with Florida. Especially after a year now, does anyone still think that the realignment's kind of weird and how people are everywhere? But we'll be playing USC in the national championship, the 2 seed overall coming into this. So let's see how we do against USC. We're both 14-1 overall in the season. We're both 89 overalls. They do have the advantage on the offense. They do have a 91 overall offense. So our defense is going to have their work cut out for them. But let's see if our defense can get some stops and our offense can score. Didn't have a trouble last game against Virginia. Looks like we're going to start on defense first as well. And our defense gets a stop. Our offense puts up a field goal. Points. It's 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. So that is very, very nice. Going into the second, USC does not get a point. They finally score with 30 seconds on the clock, and it's 13-7 going into the half. Now it's 14-13. Now 21-14. And we have the ball in the fourth quarter on their side of the field, and it's a touchdown. It's a 2-score game here in the national championship. A huge sack. They don't get a first down, so all we need to do is get enough yards, and we don't, to try to get in the field goal range. But now we get an interception after the punt. 4th and goal, we get a field goal, so it's now a 3-score game. USC's out of time. They score with zeros on the clock, but it doesn't even matter because ECU is going to take it here in 5 seasons over USC. 31-21 win. That was definitely a surprising win over USC. Definitely one of the tougher ones. Not a tougher run, to be honest, with ECU. We've kind of had an easier 2 games before this one. One of the only times that we had an overall tie. The other ones we had an overall advantage. Granted, we had an overall advantage last year against Georgia Tech, and we still got destroyed. So, all in all, we'll take the win and be done with ECU. And, of course, we always go over stats on the winning season. Throckmorton, 3,300 yards, 25 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Threw the ball 401 times. Rushing-wise, Cantrell had 715 with 9. Throckmorton 595 and 8. Engelman had 467 and 1. Receiving-wise, Waiters had 891 and 8. Flynn 822 and 6. And then Callow 740 and 10. And Stokes 558 and 1 for the 4 main pass catchers. Defensive-wise, Lanning led the team with 83 tackles. Griggs with 6 tackles for loss. Thompson had 15 sacks on the year, with Merrill Jr. having 6 interceptions, the middle linebacker, and the boy who had one of the picks in the title game with 5 interceptions on his own. Lanning had 9 deflections that led the team. We only forced 4 fumbles, but we did recover all 4 of them. We had 1 blocked kick. We had 1 safety. And we did not have any defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise with James Moore, 38 for 38 on extra points and 32 for 34 on field goal percentage. 11 for 11 under 30, 10 for 10 under 40. Only 2 misses were above 50. Punting-wise, Battles, 2,800 yards, 12 inside the 20. And then return-wise, we did not have any kick return touchdowns or punt return touchdowns. But that's going to do it for the episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. It's free and really helps out the channel. And if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road for 500 subs. Once we hit that, we'll be doing a 24-hour stream right here on YouTube. Probably, I lost my train of thought. But as you guys know, these are live. So, probably winning more national championships with every team. Or if this is up, or if we get it by March, we'll probably be doing some MLB show along with some NCAA, or not NCAA, I mean College Football 25. I always want to call it NCAA 14 at this point. It's College Football 25. But anyways, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys back on Monday. I'm out. Peace.